Hello. So this is my first time going live on this page and I'm so excited. Hopefully I will do more of these, but I'm going to do a soft bridal glowy look that welcome. Something I would have done for the styled shoot I was supposed to go to today and unfortunately could not go to. So I've already done my skin prep. If you've been around here, if you know me, if you've worked with me, you know how important skin prep is to me. I personally use Beauty Counter. I just love the products. I love the company. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about our makeup. So bottom line, skin prep is super important. I have combo skin, so I can get a little bit oily, but I still really like to add a lot of hydration. I just don't add a lot of oily products to my skin since my skin naturally creates oil. That being said, I'm gonna get going. So if you saw on my stories earlier today, if you're watching live or if you're watching soon after I post this, I posted some inspiration I'm taking from two local artists that I just absolutely adore. And the thing that these all have in common is they're super, super soft. And there's this lit from within kind of glow, meaning the way I like to do that is I apply my glow underneath. So I'm going to take, this is the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. It is a tinted highlighter, and I personally like to put it underneath foundation as opposed to on top, and this really gives that lit from within. And this one is Fair One, so I'm gonna bring it, I like bringing it down because I love like a highlight kind of here on my cheek. This is often too what I do on clients, but of course, every single application is going to be different based on the shape of the client's face, on skin tone, skin texture, all of these variables. So this is just what works for me on my face and a general concept of what I would do on someone else. I'm going to take, this is a LaRousse brush, the LaRousse and Janice Dowd collaboration. Janice Dowd is a celebrity makeup artist in LA. And actually a lot of the artists that I've worked with and trained under have trained under Janice. So yeah, I'm very lucky to have that kind of like 6 degrees of connection situation. These brushes are incredible. I have a discount code for you if you're interested, but I'm just really pressing this in instead of blending at first because I want it to stay in the area I applied it to. And then after, kind of, you see I'm like pushing and flicking. This gives that like blended edge without moving the highlight a huge amount. And you can see it's kind of getting up into the corner of my eye, and I love that. That works for me. There will be product over it once I start doing my eyes, and then I'll just kind of blend out around, and already I'm getting a really beautiful glow. I love it. Okay. From here, I tend to like to do eyes. I'll do skin prep. I include the highlighter in skin prep, and then I'll do eyes because I don't want to have to redo the under eye area if I get any kind of fallout. And that's just the honest truth. I want to be as efficient as possible. So I'm going to take a more flat brush. Again, this is from the Janice Dowd set. These are my personal ones. If they look a little dirty, I just used them recently. I make sure my sanitation is top notch for my clients, okay? So I'm just going to press. This is the Urban Decay Primer Potion in Eden. I love having kind of that yellow base to hide any of the like veins or redness, anything like that in the eye. And I do use this on darker skin tones as well, deeper, richer skin tones. I just really make sure to blend it out. And unlike what you see in these viral makeup influencer videos, I do not bring my eye primer like everywhere. Okay, this is really going to be a classic professional application. I will blend it out a little bit because I'm also going to blend out my eye makeup as well. And I know a lot of people don't use primer. I personally do. I find that it gives it that just extra staying power. And for me personally, I have oily eyelids, so I don't want to take a chance. And I also just feel like it makes the eyeshadow pop, not just pop, but like have better, words are hard sometimes, but it looks better. The words right there, guys, this is mom life. I don't think I've gotten, I've gotten less sleep in the last 18 months than I ever have in my life. So if words are hard, I blame my adorable alarm clock. Okay, so eyes are primed. On me, not a huge difference, right? On someone who has darker or lighter skin, you might see the primer a little bit more. But at the end of the day, we're covering it up. Okay. From here, I just saw another highlight product that I don't use very often. And I'm like, let's layer it. We're going for full glow today. This is Tom Ford Radiant Moisture Souffle. This is especially wonderful because it's really hydrating. So I love using this on moms, on grandmas, and I'm just going to apply it like basically as my eye cream. My hands are a little bit cold actually, so this is perfect. I'm going to help with the depuffing. And I really like how this is applying right now, having already put the Charlotte Tilbury on. And then this Radiant Moisture Souffle, it's slightly different color. It's not as bright, so it's going to be adding to the dimension on my face while still giving glow. So for those of you joining, hello. I have just applied Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter here and here. It's already blended out. I applied Urban Decay Primer Potion in Eden on my eyes. And now I'm applying Tom Ford Radiant Moisture Souffle to really give that like layered multi-dimensional glow, but it's all going under my foundation to give a more lit from within, much softer glow. I'm going to put this right under my brow bone as well. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat. Oh, and then my nails. I'm obsessed. This is EC from Olive and June. And if you're not following Olive and June, oh my gosh, I am obsessed with their whole system. I'm obsessed with their business, and their company is just fabulous. So because I have some extra, I'm just putting it on the bridge of my nose. Again, adds dimension. I do not like highlighting the tip of the nose because that is just going to make your nose look so pointy. It's going to make you look a little bit sweaty. Instead, I like to highlight behind the ridge right here and up the center because that'll give dimension. Okay. Also, always have a little towel on hand. I'd already taken one out, so now I have both of them out. But that's all right. Okay. So I'm going back to my references here, and they are very similar. They're all within that like glowy, soft range. However, they're also very, very different. And what I'm really gravitated towards right now, slid to a picture of my baby. Where did we go here? Okay, here we are. I'll just zoom in on this one. So for the eyes, I'm really loving this super glowy, but it's still dimensional. It has, I feel like this is truly a classic bridal look. So I'm going to pull out my palettes and select the colors. Probably stick with my shimmer the most, but what I'm actually going to do first with this is same brush set, the Larousse and Janice Dowd. So this is a fluffy brush. I also use it for concealer, but what I'm going to do is I'm taking a matte palette. This is Viseart Cool Matte. And I'm going to take, actually this is a little too cool. I want it to be a little bit warmer. I'm going to take this color here. So you can see it's kind of in the same range as like my hair color. I'm going to take a very little bit, tap off a lot because I don't want fallout. I also want this to be really, really soft. I'm going to look directly at the mirror behind my phone. And for this, I would just tell my client to look directly forward. And what I'm going to do is really just very softly map out the shape of the eyeshadow. And then as you can see, there's like, it's a little bit messy. So now I can go back in and just kind of go back and forth a little bit, pull it out. Here's where I would have my client close their eyes. But this is going to give a map of where I want all the colors. And it's just going to deepen this area specifically, especially as I'm adding more shimmery colors. I want my crease to still be a bit more defined. And then I'm just bringing it in a little bit along the lash line. And then I'm also going to take it again and just go right underneath. For a client, I would more likely to do this with a flat brush because, like I just did, I kind of poked my eye a little bit. A larger, fluffier brush is harder to control, and especially when working on someone else, I want to make sure that they feel comfortable and not that I'm bringing this massive, fluffy brush towards their eye. Hello, hello, everyone. Okay, so I've given my eye just a little bit of dimension and shape using the Viseart. This is the neutral matte palette. I love it. I love the Viseart palettes. They're the only eyeshadows I have in my kit. I have 4 Viseart eyeshadow palettes. So again, we're going back to this inspiration. This is from Rachel Lusk. She's an incredible artist. And I'm doing something similar to the eyes. But again, my eye shape is different. Thank you, Maggie, for the love. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take this like gold white shimmer, again with the fluffy brush. And I'm going to do under the brow first. So this area does already have the Tom Ford Radiant Moisture Souffle. So I'm just adding to that highlight, and I'm doing this first because I'm going in with the lightest colors so they don't get like muddy. Okay, next I'm going to go in. You can see this is a very loved color. It is a more like, so this is a pretty like gold shimmer. This one is I don't want to say bronze, but it's a little bit, oh my gosh, this palette is falling apart, guys. It legit, I just pulled it apart. Okay. I'm going to mix this, which is more of like a browny gold shimmer versus like a true gold. I'm going to mix that with this white that I just applied. Again, tap off a lot. Never blow on your brushes. Even if they're your own personal ones, the potential of contaminating your brushes that touch your eyes with whatever is going on in your mouth is just not worth it to me. Okay, so you can see there's dimension, but there's quite a bit of shimmer going on and glow. But because I did the matte in the crease first and gave that dimension to that area, I don't really have to do a lot more there. What I'm going to do, however, is do my eyeliner and smoke and smudge that out a little bit. And that will give us even a little bit more dimension. So I'm going to pull out the neutral mattes again, and then I'm also going to do a dark brown creamy liner. This is from Ilia. And I'm just going to do really short, thin lines, concentrating mostly to the outer corner. This is what's going to help your eyes look big if you have most of the eyeliner towards the outer edge. And then as I get more to the inside, I'm going to go more inside as opposed to on top. Okay, it's not perfect. It's a little messy, and that's okay. I kind of want that because I'm going to go in and smudge it around. So you see how you can see the difference of the eyes already. And I'm using brown. Brown is going to soften the look as opposed to doing dark, like a black. Or you can do a black liner and soften it with brown shadow. So there's a lot of options here. I'm not pulling too hard. I'm really just anchoring because personally me, when I do my own makeup, my left lash line gets so ticklish and then I blink and make a mess. So I have to kind of avoid that. See, I'm already blinking. Okay. Now I'm going to get, again, the LaRousse Janice Dowd set. This is such a cute little, it's a fluffy pencil brush. I'm going to pick up the dark brown in the set. It is slightly warm. Tap off as much as possible. And then just starting on the outside, again, little lines, and then bringing it out towards the edge. Every so often, sit back, check it out. Even as a professional, I have to do that with my clients, right? Because you can get super zoned in to what you're doing and not see how it's relating to the rest of the face. It's super easy, super soft. This is a really forgiving technique because I went a little above, but I'm not going to worry about it. When I'm done with the rest of my line, if it's still not where I want it to be, I'll clean off the brush and blend. Or you can just go back and forth and make it even. So I kind of like how this lifted up a little bit more. I'm going to bring it up into the crease. Give it a little bit more of a smokiness without being super dark and heavy. And then I'm going to take that same color, just a little bit more, and go right underneath, tiny bit. But you can see I haven't winged out my liner at all, but because I created that shape with the just very neutral brown first and foremost, it's still opening and lifting my eyes without having to do like a winged liner. And it's super soft, super romantic. You can go back in with that same fluffy brush and just kind of define it again a little bit more. It's all with this like soft, romantic bridal look. It's all about a really, really soft, gentle hand, just building slowly until you get where you want to go. Get to where you want to go. Words. Okay. I really like, that's it. I'm not going to do more for my eyes. Yeah. I like it. I'm not even going to do liner underneath. Okay, from here, I'm going to start on my complexion or on the foundation portion of my complexion. And I personally am a big fan of Danessa Myricks. Her foundations are just absolutely gorgeous. You don't need to apply a lot because they're highly pigmented, so they're super, super comfortable. And because I really want such an illuminating, glowing look, I'm going to apply her Prism Effects. Just a little bit though. Tiny, tiny bit. And watch, this is all you need of this. So little. Let's see, what brush do I want to apply with? Oh, I don't even know. Here we go. Okay. This is also a LaRousse brush. This is the LR308 highlighter, but I love to use it when I want the foundation to lay super, super soft and light on the skin. I'm also holding it kind of further back, and this will give a super gentle application. Personally, for me, my goal is always to apply as little product to the skin as possible, just so it looks perfected, but it doesn't look fake. Your skin might even show through just a little bit, but this is going to help it really last longer, not crease as much, and then I can also go in later and apply just a little bit more to only the areas that I need. Look how much is still left on my hand. So bottom line, I've used all LaRousse brushes today. And I'm obsessed with them. It's just super, super gentle, soft, romantic. What other words can we come up with? Glowy. I did all the highlighting underneath. And then I'm really going to be very, very soft with the contour, because I just want to give a little dimension to the face, but I don't want to put a focus on the contour. So I'm putting a little bit more foundation, little bit more, little. I also tend to be very light-handed with covering any imperfections, because those will be the areas that get dry. And then it'll show more, it'll flake. Okay. Now, shoot, what should this go to? Okay. Took everything out at the same time and left the caps out and wasn't sure where, oh my gosh. Now I have butterfingers. Okay. Because I applied so lightly, it's already dry. I don't have to really wait for it to set to apply the contour, because I'm going to do powder contour, and I'm going to do either Charlotte Tilbury or NARS. You can see NARS is a little bit darker. I'm going to do the Charlotte Tilbury first, and then I might use the NARS one just to give a little bit more soft dimension. This is the Film Star Bronze and Glow in Fair to Medium, and so gorgeous. I'm going to really coat the brush, but then I'm going to tap off a lot. And okay, when I look forward, what I really want to do is just kind of follow from the earlobe, and you can kind of see how it dips in. Follow this down, but I'm going to stop here. So I'm stopping on the outside. Got a brush piece here. Outside of my eye. You'll also notice I haven't done any concealer yet, and I don't know if I will. I'm going to leave that to the end because personally, I'm in my 30s and the under eyes are not the same as they were in my 20s. And so I want to apply as little as possible. And the highlight really gives that like blur and disguises under eyes. So I'm going to start back here and then keep building forward and lifting up. But I really want to keep it under. I also didn't go in and cover this blemish because I personally am not upset by it. I know my skin isn't perfect, and some of my clients are comfortable with that, some are not. That's a question I would ask them. Look at that difference. What would we do without contour and bronzer? Okay, just go back in a little bit more. Top it off. Then just a little bit of excess, I'm going to go down the sides of my nose, in the front a tiny bit, up on my temples. So I'm not doing a full thing. I just really want this to look so soft and effortless. I'm not going to go in with the NARS Laguna because I just love how soft this is. But I am going to go in with the highlight from here because it is just so gorgeous. I'm going to coat the brush again, but then tap it off. And I'm going to hold the brush on the very end so it applies super light. One swipe here, one swipe here. So a little bit down the center, just as there's less and less on the brush. One thing I didn't do that I should have done was to hydrate my lips. I usually like to do this at the very beginning because that way it can set in. So let me find. This one is color changing. Ooh, where's my other one? Yeah, we'll use this. This one is color changing. It's fine. It's very subtle, but I need hydration on the lips. Okay, we're going to do brows. This is a Beauty Counter tinted brow gel. Wow. Words. Okay, I'm taking so much off the brush, and I recommend this with any tinted brow gel. Hello. Because taking as much off of the brush as possible really gives you so much more control over the application. I tend to really prefer a more upward brow to really make it full, but my left brow does not like it. It doesn't. It makes me so sad. So I'm starting in the center, and I'm going to brush out and a little bit up. Because, I can't do one way and the other way. That would just make me look crazy. But with most of my clients, the foundation, yeah, I will bring that back out. Just a moment. Yes, so the foundation I use is Danessa Myricks, and it is sold at Sephora. But when you use Danessa Myricks, so this is the, what's it called? Vision Cream Cover. You can use it as your foundation and your concealer. You need very, very, very little of it. And you can either apply it on its own, or you can mix it with either an oil or a moisturizer. And you just don't do the oil and the moisturizer together because it will not mix, especially if your moisturizer is water-based. But apply very, very little. You'll have the instinct to put a whole pump and apply it to your face. It'll be too much. It'll be way too much, and you'll be taking it all off. This all over my face is probably like a third of a pump total. Then I'm just brushing the front upward. Again, I can't do this part up on this brow. It just doesn't like it. It looks awful. Which is an example of not every trend works on everyone. So don't feel bad. And honestly, don't follow trends if you don't want to. Okay. Lashes. So I'm going to curl my lashes. I also use a primer because I'm bougie like that. And then I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do blush or not. I am a big blush person. I love blush. But I don't know, this look kind of just works without it too. So if I do it, it'll probably be super soft, and I'll wait until after I put lips on to decide, because a lot of times you put lips on and it's just like you have to put a blush, And other times like, no, you don't. So we'll see what happens. This is Lash Food Primer. I love it because it is super conditioning to the lashes. It also can help them grow, and it is non-toxic. So as often as I can, in my personal life, I use non-toxic beauty products 99% of the time. In my kit, that's a little harder because I really want it to have the staying power through sweat, tears, everything else. And non-toxic beauty doesn't always have that kind of staying power. So I do what I can. The skincare is all non-toxic. I have cream shadows. The Danessa Myricks stuff, the only ingredient in there that I'm suspicious about is fragrance. But quite honestly, I have not found a foundation any better. Like, it is the foundation for photos, special events, weddings. It really has a staying power, and it's so comfortable. I mean, you will forget you're wearing it. do some primer on the bottom as well, just to help reduce smudging and transfer, make it more waterproof. Okay. Mascara, right now I'm using Beauty Counter. I also am going to try Mob Beauty, is another non-toxic mascara. And they are super sustainable because all their products are refillable. And they're based in San Francisco, I believe. On a client, I would definitely do lashes. I don't feel like doing it today. But, yeah, the lashes would just add some extra volume. I wouldn't do huge lashes for this look. I would do just super subtle and soft. Maybe even some individuals. Okay, I do need to add a little bit of more brow in here. So because I did brow gel first, I really only need a tiny bit of the pencil. I'm just going to make it longer. It just makes my job super, like, way more easy. Okay, lip color. Lip color. I want something kind of more pinky. I'm going to do the Naked liner first. I don't know if Urban Decay still does these, but Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk is great. I'm doing this to create a base. And then I think I'm just going to do a gloss. Have one in mind. I think I brought it somewhere. So we're doing, this is Wild Berry. I think this was limited edition. I was looking for Dahlia, I think it is. Here, let's do, this is Peony. Let's try Peony. I want more of like a warm pink. It's a little more coral and bright than I want, so we're going to mix in another color, but I think Dahlia would be the color I would use. Oh man, my lips are so dry. Okay, so do you see how when I put on the lipstick, I kind of, yes, I will say this and post it. I want to put just a little bit on my cheek to give some balance to it. So let's do, kind of looking for a color that is within the same range as my lips, but obviously I'm just going to do it a lot softer. And, okay, this is going to look super crazy. It doesn't look like that, I promise. This is Gaiety by NARS. And it kind of, you know that trend going around right now where it's you putting purple blush on? This has that same kind of vibe. It's just going to warm up the cheeks a bit. So I'm going to give myself a little smile, and I'm really putting it right here. So it just gives a slightly brighter, hi Kim, welcome. I'm finishing up this bridal glowy look. So you see it's like way brighter here, and when I put it on, it just brightens the cheeks ever so slightly, especially because I put it on very, very gently. I'm going to go back in with the brush I applied my foundation, and again, 30s, creasing, normal, but I can just pat. And then if I had a client who had a deeper fine lines or wrinkles, I would actually go in with like a Q-tip and take away the product from the areas that they naturally will crease in. It's just going to help reduce the amount of creasing and make it look smoother. I always crease in my laugh lines. It is a family trait. And hey, I mean, how can I be mad at marks on my face from smiling and being happy, right? So that's the final look. I'm kind of obsessed. Again, all the products are super lightweight, super comfortable. So that's such a big part to me. I want my clients to all feel really, really comfortable in their makeup. I will make sure to save this. I'm just going to go take a few pictures of this look and then I'll post it. So thank you all who watched live, the replay. All right. Have a great day.